Okay. Sir, let's talk about Vargas for a little while, beginning with Navansh. It is considered to be the most important Varga chart after, of course, once we look at the Rashi chart. What is your experience in terms of how Navansha should be used? When should it be used? For what specific aspects of life it should be used? And what is the overall significance of Navansha chart?
It's a very tall order. Anyhow, I will try to be try to concise it. Navansha, without Navansha, there is no sense in considering horoscope. Though some persons may consider on the basis of Nadi, etc. But that refinement would not come unless one sees the Navansha. Navansha is the refined engine for assessing the speed and quality of movement of car. Or you can say it's a heart which pumps the blood in the body. Without body, heart is no use. And similarly, without heart, the body is of useless. So they are so interdependent. In order to find oneself, one has to look into the heart. So in order to find the value of the chart, one has to look into the Navansha. That is one aspect. Then, just see, Navansha has been, in order to see the value of a planet, evaluating a planetary strength, Navansha gives a very good clue as to how it's going to work. Supposing Mars is in Aries Navansha.
Okay.
It is a fire, Balvagni you may call it, which burns the jungles of the jungles.
Okay.
But in case the same Mars is in Leo Navansha, it is not that, that may not cause that harm to that extent. And in case, then it is a fire which is preserving, heat which is needed for the body, which provides vitamin D. Then when it comes to Dhanu, all the three are Agni.
Right.
All the three are Agnis. But the fire of Jupiter is fire of Jeev, which preserves the body, and it's a fire of kitchen.
It's a nurturing fire.
It's a method. So the two fires are helpful. The Mars in Aries Navansha may cause damage sometime, provided only one thing, that it is not Yogarak.
Okay.
Then it may convert. There may be a factory in which a lot of fire is used, and production is increased. He is earning crores and crores and crores of money by just firing some wood in here and there. Say in the case of brickkilns. Say in this sugar factories, etc., etc. So these things have to be considered. By seeing only in Mesh, you cannot distinguish between the three kinds of fires.
Okay, we have to see the functional beneficence of the planet.
Yes, we will have to see the things in not only function, the background in which it is placed. Are they focused where it is throwing light? So similarly, Mars would be Vargottam in Aries, in case it is in Aries. Vargottam is said to be very good thing. Maybe very good thing for him, but not for others. It may raise his stature to anything, but people would be very much afraid of him. He may be a very good general, killing so many persons. So he may reach that stage, there is no doubt. But Vargottam in Mesh arises different. Vargottam, Mars is in Leo, is totally different. And Vargottam, Mars in Dhanu is another different thing. This is one aspect of the matter. Then you see, take Sun. Sun is exalted in Mesh. The Sun brings in a lot of heat. The person, in case he becomes angry, then he would not see what he is doing. But in case it is in Leo, Vargottam in Leo, it may mean a person who is self-restrained and dignified. In case it is in Dhanu, then it again make a difference. If Jupiter is in Aries, then it may create problem. And what may happen? Too much of fire is not needed for Jeev. If there is too much of fire, then there may be problem in procreation also. It is, in case it is in Leo, children may be there, but number may be less. But in case is Dhanu, is Vargottam in its own sign, there may be numerous children. So these are the similarity. If you see this very Mars is in Pushkar Navamsha, in case is in Tula. The Hitler Mars has been domesticated and made social. Then it is again in Pushkar Navamsha, in case it is in Dhanu. Then this very Mars behaves in a dignified manner, becomes a knowledgeable person. So these make the difference. Each planet takes a color from Navamsha. You cannot ignore Navamsha unless and until you want to ignore details. In case you want to ignore details, you can work on just by seeing the birth chart.
So how should we reconcile a planet in a different Rashi, in a different sign in Rashi chart, and a completely different sign in Navamsha chart? How do we reconcile the two?
Just see.
Does the person evolve to the state of Navamsha over time?
Supposing Mars is forming Bhrighu Chakra.
Okay. In Rashi chart?
In Rashi chart.
Okay.
Right. And in case it goes to Leo,
Navamsha.
Leo Navamsha, then the Mars may become a leader and may hold an official position. If it is in Mesh Rashi alone, then he may become a general. In case it is in Dhanu, then blend Mars and Jupiter. Mars has a quality of logic, very logical. In case and the Jupiter has got wisdom, Shastra. So he may be very learned in Shastras, and nobody may be in a position to meet his logic and enter into his Shastras with him.
Right.
These are the changing. The Ruchak Yoga is there. In all the three Navamsha they will be there. But the effect would be totally different.
So, is there a certain age from which Navamsha is supposed to get activated, or a certain event in life when it is supposed to be activated?
As a matter of fact, it is activated since very beginning. But some say because Navamsha indicates spouse, then it may be more effective. I would not say anything authentically about it, for I have not examined it from this.
And then there are those who may not get married. Does it mean their Navamsha doesn't get activated at all?
That may be a very logical answer to your own question.
Yeah, so I wanted to hear your point of view on this because
Yeah,
there are
I'm-
multiple points of views about
I'm,
this.
I would not say uh, anything on this point unless I myself tested it.
Okay. When a planet, let's say a planet is in a fiery Rashi in D1, and in Navamsha it might go to an Earth sign.
No,
Does
I'm
it?
supposing- let's see,
Will
let's-
it get channelized? Initiate in a.
Just wait. If it is in Rashi chart is Agni Tattva Rashi
Agni Tattva Rashi, right?
and it goes to Jal Tattva Rashi, the question to be seen is whether the fiery planet is stronger than the planet where it has gone. Supposing you put a red hot iron in a cup of water, then it will be reduced. Heat will be reduced.
And there will be transference also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But what will happen to the water?
Absolutely.
So water would
Yes.
become a
Colin roll.
yes.
Yes.
But in case that very iron rod is put in a tank of water, then the heat would be lost. So this comparative value of the two kinds of planets is required to be seen. It is not static, and one should not be dogmatic in its approach that because it is fiery shine it will cause problem. It may cause a boiling water. But water would remain water.
Right.
Maybe slightly hot.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor. So should we say the D1 chart is the initiation of that Agni and then its transference and the channelization happens in the D9?
Yes.
So it's basically the results. What we said, the D9 is the fruit.
Huh.
So it's the results and the
Yes, yes,
channelization that we see
yes,
there.
D9 is a fruit, no doubt. But it has to be seen in the light of other circumstances, attending circumstances also. For in case we consider Vargas in isolation, then we are likely to be misled. This is one aspect. I will come to this part later on. But initially, comparative strength is required to be seen. A planet which has got little value in Shadbal and the other has got higher value in Shadbal, the higher value would prevail and little value would have to surrender before the value of the year. This has to be kept in mind. Supposing Venus, Mars is in Meena. Now I am taking you to Satyachara.
Okay.
If Jupiter is in the sign of Leo, along with Sun and Ketu, Jupiter has been converted into fire.
Okay.
This is Dharma Parivartana. So if it has itself, Jupiter has itself converted into fire.
First by Rashi and then the dispositor
Yes. Then
itself being there.
Then what will happen? Lake may dry up. In case you put a red hot iron in a dry lake, it would remain hot. Though you have thrown it in a lake.
Mars in a watery Rashi.
Yes. But it would remain hot. That this aspect must be considered before saying that the heat has been just wiped out.
So it
So
is.
this is again with the comparative value. Whether the Jupiter continues to be water or it has been converted to heat and there is क्या कहते हैं सूखा पड़ गया.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jupiter, the planet will change its dharam parivartan, its tattvas,
Yes.
by moving to a certain Rashi and association with certain planets. What will be the effect on its lordship, the Rashis?
Rashi. Suppose Mars is the Jupiter. Mars is in the sign of Jupiter. So what will happen? Jupiter will put something which may appear to be pearl of wisdom. But that shall be so hot, like an angry headmaster creating terror amongst the students.
Okay.
Who does not bother about children of the school. That would be the attitude.
And if Jupiter's rashis are not disposed by any planet, and Jupiter has become fiery, with the example of Leo and Sun and Ketu conjunction that you gave, what will be the effect on Jupiter's rashis in those cases?
Supposing Jupiter mean falls in, say, 5th house.
Okay.
And Jupiter goes to Leo, accompanied by Ketu. In Navamsha, I am just talking about Navamsha. Then there may be difficulty in procreation. For the liquidity in the body may not be there. Sufficient liquidity to keep the sperm alive. Or supposing there is a conception, even then there may be a problem. So this aspect has to be taken into consideration. Now we have entered into an area which relates to medical astrology.
Yes, but it's very interesting, the synthesis of different combinations and influences. That is very interesting, and how one has to use that in Navamsha, and the channelization.
And then just see, supposing a planet is debilitated Navamsha, debilitated Rashtrayan, and it becomes exalted in Navamsha, then initially it may cause problem. But later on it takes the man to a great height.
One has also seen that debilitated planets in Navamsha give very good results, Rajyog results.
In case they become exalted, then they give extremely good results.
Even better than debilitated. So both are giving. So the principle of cancellation of debilitation is applying in Navamsha also then.
Yes. There is that is one controversial point which many people may not like it, may controvert it. For it is an extension of the principle of the applicable to D1 chart, to Navamsha chart. But at two places I have read in notable horoscopes where Dr. Raman has applied the principle of Nijbhang in Navamsha.
In Navamsha.
And also at another place, another principle was applied, extending the ordinary rule of D1 chart to Navamsha chart. So it is, and matter of fact, whatever the rule is applicable in D1 chart, you may call it Brahman for the purpose of division charts. That all those principles shall apply and are applying in division charts. In one of your predecessor has written an article relating to divisional charts. She put that same question which you are putting. I said, no, I'm not going to tell you, you should experiment on yourself. I'm just telling you the date of my life events. She worked, and that article has come in this Splendor Workers. Now you can very well see whether it is applicable or not.
Right. Do you also apply Bhavsuchak Navamsha principles, and have you found them working, giving results?
As a matter of fact, I have seen some charts in that light, and I found that that is working to a certain extent. Just see any planet, in case it is Bhavsuchak Navamsha, in Kendra or Trikona, then it is helpful. If it is in 6th, then it requires that one has to make efforts. If it is in 8th, fate is against him. You won't get any support from that quarter. Or you will get much more obstructions from that quarter. In one of the charts, which is now in dispute, of Rahul Gandhi, I'm not very sure about its correctness. But what does it say if in case Moon and Mars both fall in Kendra? And who is Moon mother? Who is Mars sister? Sibling?
Yes.
If Moon and Mars helped him in winning elections and getting all kinds of support from them, then it may be taken to be a sign that it may be seen from this point of view. Supposing in my case, in my own case, Mercury is in 4th house, 7th house. So far Mercury is concerned, you can very well say because I have studied so much in this field or that field or that field, that may be helping me. But all the more, youngsters are also helping me.
Okay.
Youngsters are helping in the sense that when either they are advocates or otherwise are in this field, their questions make me to study few things and then answer them. That makes me wiser. And just see, in case it is in Trikona, in Bhavsuchik, then one can say that one may be wedded, but it relates to 5th house. In case it is 9th house, it may relate to a person who is in a teaching institution, who is a mathadish, who is a very elderly religious person, church, temples, mass, etc., etc. In case it is in 10th, then it may be that class of person may help him in his work. So Bhavsuchik Navamsha has got its own advantages. But more experiments are necessary in this. But before talking about Bhavsuchik Navamsha, I must tell here that what is Bhavsuchik Navamsha. Just see, is a transposed Navamsha chart on the Lagna of birth chart. Retain the planets according to Navamsha chart. Take the Lagna of D1 chart to find out how it is working and then place it. In case it is in Lagna, it is known as Lagnansh. In case any planet falls in 2nd house, it is Dhanansh. In case falls in 3rd house, is Vikramansh. In case it falls in 4th house, then it is Sukhansh. Then in case falls in 5th house, then Mantransh. And the 6th house is Ripuvansh. In case 7th house is Dharansh. In case it is in 8th house,
Randransh.
Then 9th house Dharmansh. In 10th house Karmansh. 11th house Labhansh. In 12th house Vyayansh. And they indicate the results accordingly. Supposing some planet is posited in 12th house in this Bhavsuchik Navamsha, then the person will be spending money on that class of person. And supposing there is some planet in 2nd house or 11th house, then the native may be getting money from those two sources. If it is in 4th house, then he may get peace, solace, along with those persons, those kind of persons. If it is Mantransh, then the children may be benefited. by those very class of persons, and he may also be getting a good advice from those persons. So on and so forth. Each house has got its own importance in Bhavsu Technovansh. It is very interesting in study, but again I would say much more is required to be experimented in this regard. So this is how they there. Then there is a Pushkar Navansh. You know very well. I need not tell you, but for others it is necessary to be told that planets in Agni Tattva Rashis, and Mars, and Mesh, Leo, and Dhanu. Pushkar Navansh falls in Tula and Dhanu. Both are benefics. Both are benefics. But these two kinds of Pushkar Navansh will make two different things. If any planet is in Tula Pushkarans, Tula Pushkarans, then the man may be inclined towards fair sex. In case it is in, in Dhanu, then man may be inclined towards himself and his children. Well, that makes it. In Tula Navansh, he may be social. In Dhanu Navansh, he may be very wise and may like to meet persons of that class. So the Pushkar Navansh is working in different functions and in different houses. In, say, Isthir Rashis, this not Isthir Rashi, I would say Prithvi Tattva Rashis. Prithvi Tattva Rashis meaning Makar, Vrashab and Kanya. It is third Navansh and it is fifth Navansh. In case it is in third Navansh, it is in Navansh of Jupiter. If, say, Shukra has gone to in Pushkarans, in this
Jupiter Navansh.
mean Navansh, then what will happen? It has gone in its exaltation Navansh.
Right.
What will happen then? He may be very attractive. He may be very handsome, very attractive, may attract many persons of the opposite sex. Because that is the trait of Jupiter come Venus. But at the same time, both of them belong to intellectual class. Where would be the friendship? In intellectual class. One may be doctor, the other may be professor in university. So they would not be low persons.
Right.
They would be high persons. That makes a difference in Pushkar Navansh. And this part has also not been explored so far. But in case it is in Brahmansh, fifth Navansh, then some rigidity of Brahman, very docile. But अगर कहीं मतलब वो पूछ उठा दी तो फिर कल्याण कर रहे हैं. So one has to take many things into consideration. In that case, there will be one thing. In case you see from Navansh, then in that case the man may become rich by and by.
In Pushkar Navansh.
In Pushkar Navansh. In that case, that is the only Navansh in the entire chart which is Vargottam, that is Pushkar Navansh, and that is also Pancha Navansh.
Rishabh. Yes.
There is no other Navansh where all the three qualities are there. Then come to this Jal Tattva, in Vayu Tattva first. In Vayu Tattva means Mithun, Tula and Kumbh. 6th and 8th Navamsha are Pushkar Navamsha. In case Mithun is in Jupiter, then there is some restraint. In case it is Venus or any planet from Venus goes there, then it will have restraint because of Jupiter. But in the case of planet from Mithun Navamsha going to Jupiter Navamsha may not have that kind of restriction which Venus may have, any planet in Tula. And similarly, in case in Kumbh, it is second house. Then what will happen? The native may have a very poetic language, and also having some attraction towards. Initially, he would be reserved, but once he opens out, he will open out like anything. For it is one of the part of the Kamtrakoon. Now we come to the Jal Tattva Rashis, meaning the boy, Cancer, Scorpio, and Mean. Planets in these Rashis are in Pushkarans in first Navamsha and third Navamsha. First Navamsha is of Moon. In case it is in Pushkar, it is in Bhargottam and Pushkar Navamsha both, then its value has risen up much more. But in that case, man may like to serve others, may like to help others, like anything, but would be very moody. Because it is Moon. Moon is affecting 3 times. In case it is Mercury, then the man may not open up his mind. He would keep many things reserved. But his expressions will be very good. But these are the aspects which have not been considered so far, and which needs to be considered. Then there is about Pancham Navamsha. In case a planet is in Pancham Navamsha, in Sthir Rashis, mind it, it is not every Pancham Navamsha. It is Pancham Navamsha
in Sthir Rashi.
In Sthir Rashi, which makes a person as good as a king. As good as a king. So, what are those Pancham Navamshas? They fall only in Vrashab, Leo, Scorpio and Kumbh. If Venus is in Vrashab, in Pancham Navamsha, then again see Bhargottam, Pushkar Navamsha and Pancham Navamsha. In Leo, in case it is Pancham Navamsha, I would take that Leo is better for official position. For it is Pancham Navamsha, bound to will take it to higher position. It is Leo Navamsha, which is otherwise a king, sign of the king. It will take the person to higher status. And Sun itself. Sun itself. Then, so far Mars is concerned, Mars may make him general or personal in army. I would put it, more possibility is that the person would be trying to collect secret information wherever he is. In view of the Scorpio.
Scorpio sun, yes.
So, in case Saturn is in this Kumbh, it is Mool Trikon sign of Kumbh, Saturn. So whatever Saturn could give, best would be giving here. He may be a mayor of a city. He may be pradhan of a village panchayat. He may be just heading a town area committee or any other committee. But because the status of Saturn is lower than as compared to others, so it may not take one to a very high position. But in his class, he would reach the highest
level.
One has to take into consideration that all. So these three Navamshas, three kinds of Navamshas, change the value.
Right.
Change the value and enhance the value of the chart, enhance the value of the person concerned. And they just, I would not like to put my own chart, but just see the chart of Queen Elizabeth. We have just shown Queen Elizabeth's chart in North Indian as well as South Indian form, so that learned persons in audience and learned astrologers may follow it. In this case, Lagna is Vargottam. Saturn is in Pushkar Navamsha. Let's see, Lagna is Vargottam and Saturn, the Lagnesh is in Pushkar Navamsha. And just see her position. I will come to other divisional charts while considering her chart to show how and why she has become such a high position. Mars indicate landed property and built property. Just see, Mars is on its exaltation point 28 degree. It is said that in case if any planet is Parmouth, it gives 100% result. In case it is in Uch, it may be reduced. In case it is not in Uch or about to reach, then it may give about 80% result. See, in quantification, Mars has given 100% result, and one knows very well how many properties, built properties she had. Another aspect, whenever a planet is exalted in Lagna, that again raises the stature of the chart. Then another aspect which is required to be seen. Lagna is Vargottam and Saturn is in Pushkar Navamsha and aspecting Lagna. Either one goes by the rule followed by and propagated by late Shri Bipin Bihari, or by the ordinary rule. In any case, Saturn is aspecting the Lagna. In case we apply the Bipin Bihari's principle, then Saturn should be taken to be in Leo or Libra, and then it would be aspecting backward, aspecting 8th house, aspecting 4th house, and aspecting Lagna also. So in either case, forgetting about the aspect of Saturn in view of the controversies raised, it has to be seen that Saturn is in Pushkar Navamsha and Lagna is Vargottam with a planet which is exalted in this Rashi and on its Parmouth. Now let us come to the question of Jupiter. Let us see the value of Jupiter. It is 29 degree 41 minutes. It is said that in case a planet is on Rashi Sandhi above 29 degree 30 minutes, then it loses its value. But then it has reason to cause some disturbance so far the children are concerned. In any case, the sun, the sun, see the position of sun in 4th. Sun is of 7 degrees 32 minutes, goes to Mithun Navamsha. It goes in the 6th. Goes in the 6th, gives power to fight back with the situation, for it is upjay. There is another aspect about Dwadashanta which I will come to later on. The